up, Malaysia City volunteers tend to flood survivors in Penang with food, water and relief items. City plans to build 160 prefab classrooms to help those in Zamboanga of the Philippines recover from the riots. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. First up, in Malaysia on October 13th, torrential rains hit the southwest region of Penang, leading to massive flooding in many areas. Upon receiving a request for help from a local village head, city volunteers quickly mobilized to prepare food and drinking water and later delivered relief items to residents in the worst hit areas.
Persistent heavy rainfall hit Kampung Nelayang fishing village in Malaysia's Penang. The rapid floodwater forced countless local residents to evacuate before they had a chance to take their belongings away.
My house is all flooded, and my belongings too. This flooding is unusual. Before, the floodwater only immersed our yards, but this time the water rose up to here on our chest.
This flood is the worst I have ever seen in my life. In our village, there are over 2,000 flood survivors. Because the flood water was rapid and massive, most of the villagers were fleeing without taking extra clothes. What I need most is clean clothes.
Though the rainfall has stopped, the whole village is still immersed in floodwater, so many flood survivors seek refuge in a local mosque, where city volunteers are providing relief supplies.
These supplies are their dinner. They cannot go back to their homes right now to cook their dinner. So we send a group of volunteers to purchase necessities like bread, drinking water, and instant noodles.
Despite the ravaging floods, these villagers still remain optimistic in the face of the post-disaster rebuilding, as they all look forward to returning to their homes soon after the water recedes.
I'm glad to see city volunteers help us with relief supplies today. I didn't expect your presence and assistance today.
It rose up to my chin. However, we feel fortunate today for you sending us your love to our village.
Following the first round of aid distribution, city volunteers will continue to survey the needs of the flood survivors before offering further assistance.
Torrential rains in mid-September flooded many northeastern provinces in Thailand, affecting the lives of more than 900,000 residents in 23 provinces, including Pachonburi and Chachoengsao. To help, Bangkok city volunteers have since provided up to 1,100 servings of hot meals each day to those in Pachonburi province. As floodwaters were subsiding in early October, another torrential rain flooded the Pachonburi province once again. Relief items poured in from far and wide, and residents also arrived to help cook hot meals.
The area has been flooded for over a month now. I have been here helping for 2 weeks.
Residents have no choice but to travel by boat. However, with the transportation cost being doubled, some could only ask their neighbors to help pick up their relief items.
Distributions are normally held on weekends and sometimes on Mondays. Residents will notify each other.
The Thailand government estimates that there are 1 million residents affected by the flood, with the provinces of Pachonburi and Chachoengsao the worst hit. Beginning in mid-September, city volunteers have prepared hot meals each day for flood survivors in Pachonburi province, which is 150 kilometers away from Bangkok.
We want to go home, but we can't. The water level is as high as our rooftops.
Though feeling helpless at times, residents are grateful and thus help clean and return the empty lunchboxes to Tzu Chi.
We hope to see you after the floodwater recedes.
When the water will subside is yet unknown. However, Tzu Chi's love and care will remain in these residents' hearts for a lifetime. The Tzu Chi International Medical Association recently gathered doctors from Indonesia, Singapore and Taiwan to provide a free clinic in Batam, Indonesia. Among 420 surgery cases, cataract surgery was the most common. And next we meet their youngest patient, 5-year-old Hafei.
5-year-old Hafei could not withstand the pain of needles and cried out, but then swallowed his tears quickly because he knew that the surgery would allow him to see again.
He cried often when he was little, and when he first lost his sight, he was confused and cried about it a lot.
Hafei has congenital cataracts and began losing his sight from birth. He has had to rely on his hearing to communicate with the rest of the world. Local doctors were afraid that surgery at his age might be too risky.
Doctors were worried about operating as Hafei is too young to use general anesthesia.
After evaluation, team of doctors decided to operate on Hafei, making him the youngest out of the 183 cataract patients at this free clinic. Doctors from Indonesia, Singapore and Taiwan worked together in hopes of giving these cataract patients a brighter future and also fulfill Hafei's dreams of going to school.
As recovery work have begun after the end of the recent political unrest in Zamboanga, the Philippines, the local government has turned to Tzu Chi to help provide temporary classrooms. In response, the foundation is now putting the building materials together at the Tzu Chi Holy Liaison Office in Taichung before shipping 160 prefabricated classrooms to the Philippines next month.
Tzu Chi Foundation's religious affairs staff members traveled from Hualien to Taichung's Holy Liaison Office to conduct a survey of the venue, where volunteers will be processing raw materials for the prefabricated classrooms destined for the Philippines city of Zamboanga.
We will call upon Central Tzu Chi volunteers to help, as the building materials will be purchased from this region, and the holy ground is spacious. We will also ship out the parts from Taichung Harbor.
In the following month, over 500 Tzu Chi volunteers will gather at Holy Liaison Office to help process materials for 160 prefabricated classrooms.
They have chosen our office to help with processing, and volunteers here will provide snacks, beverages and light meals for those helping. Volunteers will be cutting building material into proper size and drill holes for easy assembly in Zamboanga. An assembled classroom is about 76 square meters and can seat up to 70 students. Once complete, the temporary classrooms will give Zamboanga students a place to continue their studies without worry.
Moving to China, in Shenzhen, Guangdong Province, Luohu District Civil Affairs Bureau held their second annual award ceremony for individuals and organizations that have helped the needy in the past year. This year, Tzu Chi received 2 awards, and government official praised the Buddhist NGO for upholding the saying of love has no boundaries.
In China's Shenzhen City, the Luohu District held its second annual awards ceremony to honor those who have helped the needy in the past year. An individual award for helping the needy was given to Master Zhen Yan, while a group award was given to the Tzu Chi Foundation.
We are very thankful for Tzu Chi's assistance in providing for over 100 impoverished families. They have helped these families out of a difficult situation and have helped them build their confidence as well. On behalf of the residents of Luohu, I thank them.
In the past year, Luohu Civil Affairs Bureau Chief has observed Tzu Chi volunteers closely helping over 100 impoverished households and had this to say.
We often just talk about love having no bounds, but Tzu Chi Foundation doesn't only talk about it, they actually practice it. When Tzu Chi volunteers help those in need, it's out of the goodness of their heart and without asking for anything in return.
After we came into contact with Tzu Chi, it feels as if there are many compassionate people on this earth. Their love and care for us really touches our hearts. We regularly collect plastic bottles and give them to Tzu Chi to recycle.
Seeing care recipients look on the bright side of their life is motivation enough for China Tzu Chi volunteers to continue their mission in Luohu to lighten the dark corners of society.
aftermath of Typhoon Morakot in 2009, many tea fields in DaAi County's Maysan Township were destroyed. It was then that many tea farmers realized that the conventional method of growing tea has made it difficult for the tea roots to hold onto the soil and water. Since then, many tea farmers have embraced the idea of growing organic tea. Let's take a look.
Although it has been 4 years since Typhoon Morakot devastated Taihe village, one can still see the damage left by the storm.
There's a part missing around there, and half of the mountain over there has started to collapse.
Typhoon Morakot destroyed Ye Renshou's tea field. After 6 months of searching, he discovered that his tea field has slid 200 meters down. We follow Ye Renshou to find his lost tea field. Along the treacherous roads to our destination are rocks fallen from the mountain, broken trees and utility poles. Before arriving at the tea field, one has to climb up to the Tudigong temple that was washed down from the mountain by Typhoon Morakot.
The Tudigong temple used to be around that area, around the utility pole, probably around the middle of that collapsed area.
Walking into the bushes around the Tudigong temple, we discovered Ye Renshou's lost tea field.
Before, we always thought that without attentive care, tea trees such as oolong would not grow properly. 6 months after the disaster, we discovered that they are in great condition, even better than before.
Seeing this result, Ye Renshou decided to change his method of growing tea. Following Ye's footsteps is Jian Jiawen. Besides picking tea leaves out by hand, Jian also insists on preparing his tea manually.
I'm a very picky person. When I want my tea to be organic, no one can stop me from doing so.
Giving up on growing tea the traditional way, Jian has realized that soil health is the key to growing good tea.
One day, the tea field would no longer be able to grow tea because of the chemical residues in the soil.
In Taiwan, 98% of the tea is grown the conventional way, which involves massive use of pesticides. Wang Pengchao, who has been in the organic industry for years, says that the reason behind this phenomenon is because tea trees are hard to take care of without pesticides.
Bugs would eat a high percentage of the tea buds and newly grown tea leaves. There won't be any harvest for about a year or a year and a half.
This year, Tianzong Ming's tea fields are severely damaged by pests. Tian says many laughed at him when he decided to grow his tea organically.
Look, the tea buds are gone. This is the most serious problem. Many tea buds were eaten by bugs. When I don't have tea to harvest, it means no income. I'm earning that this year for sure. This year, I don't have any autumn tea to harvest.
For many tea farmers, the switch from conventional growing methods to organic methods often resulted in a dramatic decrease in harvest. However, after finding an ecological balance, the harvest will slowly increase. Seeing the damage human has caused to Mother Nature, this group of tea farmers are determined to do what they can to preserve this beautiful land for the generations ahead and produce pesticide-free tea for consumers to enjoy.
In Malaysia, residents of Mugon district in Kedah would organize a festival each year to celebrate the birthday of the 9 emperor gods at the beginning of the 9th lunar month. This year, organizers of the event invited Jingsu Books and Cafe to set up a booth at the festival to introduce Tzu Chi to more community members.
Each year during the 9th lunar month, the festival of the 9 emperor gods is celebrated throughout Malaysia. This year, the Kedah Jingsu Books and Cafe was invited to set up a booth at the festival to introduce Tzu Chi's humanitarian culture to community members.
We see and hear all the good Tzu Chi has done. They don't differentiate between race, age or religion. Tzu Chi will always reach out to those who need help.
The small basket filled with mini Jingsu aphorism scrolls attracted many passers-by to pick one and reveal the words of wisdom that is hidden inside.
Most residents prefer our Jingsi aphorism collections and the book Life Economics by Master Zheng Yan. Many children purchase the smaller Jingsi aphorism volume.
It teaches us correct principles and to do what is right.
Apart from promoting Jingsi aphorisms, volunteers also conveyed the benefits of vegetarianism, hoping more local residents will be willing to adopt a vegetarian diet and play their part in safeguarding our planet.
Also in Malaysia, in the 17 aid distributions held by the Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter to help their Indian care recipients get ready for the upcoming Hindu holiday Diwali, volunteers also organized a foot bathing ceremony to give children an opportunity to show their love and gratitude to their parents. As volunteers asked these parents to close their eyes and think of their own parents, some couldn't help but shed tears as fond memories of their family came flashing back.
My parents are no longer around. They passed away a long time ago. It's been a long while since I last saw them. Today's event makes me miss them a lot.
Prior to Diwali, the Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter held aid distributions in 17 Tamil elementary schools for their Indian care recipients. Besides handing out items to get them ready for the upcoming holiday, volunteers also seized the opportunity to promote the concept of filial piety.
Hari ini saya tengok satu cara yang lain menggunakan air untuk
Today I witnessed another way, which is for the children to wash their parents' feet as a show of gratitude for the selfless giving spirit of their parents.
Through holding events like this, Tzu Chi helps bring parents and child closer together.
The thoughtful gesture of their children warms the parents' hearts and also reminds everyone that fulfilling filial duties cannot wait.
I was reminded of how great my mom is, so I couldn't help but cry.
My mother is in the hospital right now. She has been there for 2 days. I miss her very much. My child has to go to school, so I am not sure how to care for both of them. I like Tzu Chi because it teaches my child to be filial.
Moral principles such as filial piety apply to all, regardless of their religious and ethnic backgrounds, as parents and children will always be bounded by love. At a recent Buddhism exhibition held in Xiamen, China, Tzu Chi volunteers promoted Jingsi publications and products as well as recruited new members. Furthermore, volunteers from abroad also took the chance to share their experiences with local volunteers. Here's more.
Liu DaAi came across the Jingsi aphorism collection in a hotel he was staying at. Not only did he search for Jingsi books and cafe outlets to purchase more books, he also flew to Xiamen to attend the International Buddhist Items and Crafts Fair to learn more.
These simple words contain great wisdom. My hope is for Tzu Chi to one day prosper in Xuzhou.
3 years ago, Zhang Xiang'e purchased the Jingsi aphorisms collection on the recommendation of Tzu Chi volunteer Yang Shuhui. Today, she finds herself recommending it to others as well.
If you buy these books for your children, you will gain wisdom from them as well.
You can spread the love of Tzu Chi and make new friends through sharing your experience.
When the backlighting is intense, this is the best time to use backlighting compensation.
Media volunteer Zhang Yichuan came to Xiamen from Taiwan to record the event and share his experience.
Guide her when she talks, but make sure you've also got a camera on her and that you are interacting with her. In business, if I have a trade secret, I won't tell you because then you will be able to compete with me. But at Tzu Chi, we want everyone to compete together. The volunteers teach and guide you wholeheartedly. In turn, we also have to learn attentively.
With a heart to learn more, Ye Miaozhu took on the task of transcribing, and Taiwan Tzu Chi volunteer Xu Guiyue is her mentor.
She's guiding me step by step. She has helped me a lot.
It's like I have another daughter that I can look after.
It's easy to see that their teamwork makes them the most outstanding pair at this convention.
Next, we meet Tina Dr. Xu Hongda, who lived in South Africa previously and has regularly participated in Tzu Chi's free clinics held in nursing homes and orphanages. After he moved back to Taiwan, Dr. Xu became a member of the Darling Tzu Chi Hospital, continuing his medical missions on Tzu Chi's behalf.
Having suffered from a life-threatening leg injury, care recipient Mr. Huang once thought of giving up. Thanks to the team of volunteers' constant care, however, Mr. Huang has slowly opened up to the volunteers.
After she told me to follow in his instructions, or my injury will not recover. Now I'm more focused on tending to my wound, as I regularly go to see the doctor and take my medication on time. Dr. Xu is very nice.
Dr. Xu of Dalian Tzu Chi Hospital used to live in South Africa, where he joined local team of volunteers on visits to patients in nursing homes and orphanages. Inspired by Tzu Chi's medical mission, Dr. Xu also brought his family to join the NGO's events on holidays.
My grandfather was a doctor who served patients in a rural community. His medical practice extended a profound influence on me. Seeing how he treated his patients like his family has inspired me to follow in his footsteps. Therefore, I vow to become a doctor like him. Such joy cannot be valued with monetary rewards.
Through each Tzu Chi event, Dr. Xu hopes to see his children grow with a compassionate heart and share their own blessings with the less fortunate.
Early this month, teachings from National Penghu University held a tea gathering for new recruits, where second-year teachings shared their experiences with the new members. Meanwhile, at New Taipei City's Xinwu University, which has a few young volunteers, teachings from other universities came to offer their help with the recruitment process.
Joining a club on campus is often a must for incoming university students, but which are the best fit? Here at Xinwu University in New Taipei City, Taiwan, the Tzu Chi Club is one of many recruiting new members.
I'm happy to be at Xinwu University to help with recruitment. I hope to pass on my 4 years of recruiting experience to the junior students. Currently, this school doesn't have that many Tzu Chins, so if there are tips I can offer to help the recruitment of new members, that would be great.
Not to be outdone by the lack of current members, this year, Tzu Chins from other universities are here to lend Xinwu University Tzu Chins a helping hand.
I joined the Tzu Chi Club in my first year of university and have been in it for 4 years. I've gained so much from it, so I hope to share this joy with other students.
Meanwhile, at the Penghu Jingsi Hall, National Penghu University Tzu Chins are holding their initial tea gathering following their successful recruitment earlier. Activities were designed to help new members get to know the organization a little better.
Being a Tzu Chi has taught me many things I was not able to learn through books. I feel that me before was intolerant of others, but after joining Tzu Chi, I feel like I've become a more accepting person.
Last year when I was a freshman, I was a participant in the audience. Now this year I'm on stage hosting the tea gathering. In the past year, I have gained so much wisdom, so I wanted to recruit more like-minded students to join us in the Tzu Chi Club.
The 28 new Tzu Chins recruited from the National Penghu University are ready to help spread Tzu Chi's love to all corners of the world.
Staying in Taiwan, the 2013 Taipei Innovative Textile Application Show was held in the Nangang Exhibition Hall between October 15th to 17th. Among the 333 exhibitors, DaAi Technology was also invited to take part. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.